Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Fintech Show. This time, we're looking into the world of digital customer experience for specialist financial institutions. So, to get the lowdown, we visit Netcall, customer experience software specialists, to find out how their success has come from offering a low-code system with both contact center and omni-channel messaging solutions.
Can you tell me, how has the digital revolution changed the way that institutions can recognise their customers?
Okay, so there are probably two things that are happening simultaneously. There's a growth in data. There's more data available to organisations than ever before. At the same time, customer expectations have improved. So we've all used Amazon and we know what a great customer experience you can have with that. And of course, that's all driven by data. So the only reason that you can have this great experience about knowing where your parcel is because Amazon has got the data about where your parcel is. So we've got data, and then we've got improved customer expectations. And the digital revolution we see is about bringing these points together to use the data to improve customer experience.
How critical is it having an improved customer experience and CX service in today's banking ecosystem?
So customer experience is vital. It's one of the only differentiators, especially in times of low interest rates. And we also see challenger banks and institutions entering the market. And these don't have the legacy systems, the silos of data that traditional banking and financing organisations have. So that's really shaking up the market. So these new brands are focusing on customer experience. They're typically mobile first, they're easy to use, they reduce friction. So it's really important to deliver these sorts of solutions to be clear that you can actually deliver this customer experience that's demanded.
Now, not all financial sectors were created equal in the digital and mobile worlds. For instance, specialist lending banks are in a sector that typically relies on face-to-face contact for customer experience. So we asked Hampshire Trust Bank why they were transforming digitally.
I think in the specialist marketplace, you've got to remember that you're serving a specific community. So it's not just about end-to-end digitalisation and automation. For us, it's about serving the relationship with the broker and with the customer, and it's enriching that, not replacing it. So the opportunities for us around making it easier for the broker to deal with us, making it smooth, clean and easy for the customer to deal with us, making it more efficient for ourselves to make lending decisions, and ultimately therefore giving a better service at the end of the day.
And let's be clear when we're talking about specialist mortgages as well. There is no secret ingredient, there is no magic formula. Mortgages is about sweating the small stuff. It's about finding those little bits of grit in the process and taking out the friction so that it's easier for us, for our brokers and for our clients ultimately.
How can this digital transformation ultimately improve the customer experience of some of your brokers?
Yeah, so within specialist mortgages, we operate at the bespoke end of the complex end of the specialist mortgage market. All of our clients and our brokers deal with us because of who we are and the people that are here making the lending decisions. So it is about identifying all those little bits of frustrations, the little bit of faff in the process which needs to be sort of extracted to make the experience for both the broker and for the client as smooth as possible. So I guess the digital transformation, allows us to identify those areas which are frustrating and remove that. And I take, for example, e-signature as being one of the things we've recently launched, where it just cuts out that frustrating point for a client of finding a printer, printing something, signing something, scanning it and sending it back, where that all can be done in an instant on your phone, on your tablet or on your computer.
What has categorised your digital transformation strategy and where's it going to go into the future?
Well, I think what differentiates HTB in this marketplace is there are many lenders that have come to market in what I would call bank out of a bag. They would have gone and bought a core banking platform and be largely operating off the back end of that core banking platform. Where we've differentiated ourselves is we've bought in industry tools, such as low-code tools, such as that we get from Netcall. We use those to develop our own front-end systems. We've turned those around extremely quickly. We use those for API integration to external data services to enrich the data that we've got. Being a startup, we don't have vast volumes of data.
So it's become incredibly apparent how important speed to market is. Can you tell me how Netcall can deploy core business tools and how important speed to market is?
So especially in competitive markets, speed to market is really important. It can be a critical factor. With low-code application platforms, some of the claims seem too good to be true, but we have lots of good evidence, both from independent research and analysts, but also actual customers, that low-code application platforms can speed up development by 5 to 10 times, and that sounds like a remarkable claim. What we would like you to do is refer to some of our case studies and some actual tangible results from our customers. So low-code, not only can you get the application you want, you can get it in a marketplace and available sooner as well. So really can make a compelling difference for differentiation for organisations. And another thing to note is that the training overhead is actually really low as well. So our builders, as we call them, not developers, our application builders, they can be up to speed building enterprise class applications after 3 days training.
Can you tell me a bit more about the collaboration between yourselves and Hampshire Trust Bank?
Sure. So Hampshire Trust Bank had all of the same sorts of challenges as any organisation. They wanted to deliver more applications, and they had the traditional methods of delivering those applications. And so their scenario was that they were using outsourced software application delivery, which cost more than they wanted it to, took longer than they wanted it to do, and didn't always deliver exactly what they wanted it to do either. So they went into the low-code world with experience of this outsourced development. And what they found is that low-code was easy for them to use and deploy, and that it delivered the benefits much more quickly than was expected with commercial outsourced partners. So at Hampshire Trust Bank, they started off with a single application. They've now extended that to more applications. They have a specialist team building the applications for the business, so it's no longer about an IT backlog. And by delivering modern applications that improve customer experience, they're seeking to differentiate in their sectors. One other thing from Hampshire Trust Bank is that they have some interesting learning. They went into it with a relatively narrow focus. As they've progressed through their journey, it's really opened their eyes to the capabilities. So they've now taken a fresh perspective on what you can do with low code. So that's quite interesting as an evolution over the time with the customer.
What we need to do is and look, if anyone here had a crystal ball to tell exactly what was going to happen, we wouldn't be sitting here, we would be out making multi-millions. But what we need to do is make sure that we are in a position that we are as agile as possible and we are able to adapt to the changing borrower needs, the changing property investor needs, the changing broker and intermediary needs. So it's about making sure that we are as nimble and as fleet of foot as possible. And the often used word is around legacy, particularly around sort of IT systems and sort of IT infrastructure. And legacy is the ultimate killer. It kills the ability to innovate, kills the ability to provide broker and client experience, and ultimately it will kill success. So it's about making sure that we have the infrastructure so that we are continually evolve and continually grow and adapt to the changing property investor needs.
So if I can add a point on the legacy angle, we're a 5-year-old bank effectively, we're a 30-year-old bank, but a 5-year-old bank. Legacy for us means suppliers who can't provide API integration services. Those suppliers are the ones that will really need to up their game and to be able to deliver those capabilities for us. We operate a best-in-breed strategy, so we're really clear. If we can commoditize it, we'll buy it. If it's part of our specialism, we'll build it. And for specialist mortgages, the front-end element of it in terms of gathering the data, processing the data, defining the credit risk decisioning, that's what's unique to this business. The processing out the back end of it isn't, so we'll commoditize it. We'll commoditize it, but we'll also integrate for those services. If I look on the other side in our development finance business, we've brought data integration to a new level. That business now understands through services and data that we integrate from outside of the organisation. We have a better understanding of the average price to sell, how long it takes to rent, what rental value it will go for, what the demographics are in the area, the average age of the individual, what their average income is going to be, far more than any developer will ever know, which means we've got much better insight that we can bring to the benefit of the borrower in development finance, and we use that in our credit decisioning so that we're always there to support the lender, with our own knowledge and understanding of the marketplace, not just that which they bring to the deal.
So that wraps up our very intricate episode of the Fintech Show. Thanks for watching, and make sure to catch the rest of our episodes at www.fintech.finance. See you then.